It used to be that gambling meant getting dressed up and driving out to a casino. There was distance between you and the danger. You had to make a conscious decision to go out, spend money on travel, and be seen walking into a place that everyone knew was a gambling venue. That little bit of effort acted as a barrier, a pause to think. But now, that barrier is gone. Gambling has come home. It sits in our pockets, on our coffee tables, on the TV during prime time, and on the phones of our children. Betway, Hollywood Bets, Lotto Star, these names are not whispered in corners anymore. They're shouted out during football games, plastered across jerseys, and dropped in ads between your favorite shows. They offer you the thrill of winning from your couch. A quick tap, a small bet, and you could hit the jackpot. Or so they tell you. The problem is, for most people, the jackpot never comes. What does come, though, is the slow drain of money. At first, it's just a few rands. Then it's 100, then 1,000, then you're taking money meant for groceries or electricity, thinking maybe this next bet will fix all the damage from the last one. That's what chasing loss looks like. It's when you lose, but instead of stopping, you keep going, hoping to win back what you've already thrown away. It's one of the most dangerous parts of gambling, because it disguises itself as logic. It makes you think you're being smart, when really, you're just digging deeper. And it's not just the gamblers who suffer. Families are falling apart, children go hungry while their parents spend grocery money on virtual spinning wheels or soccer accumulators. Relationships are cracking under the pressure of secrets, shame, and stolen savings. People who were once responsible and financially stable are now lying, borrowing, even stealing to fuel their habit. You see, online gambling is addictive by design. These platforms are not just simple websites. They are carefully engineered to keep you playing. They use bright colors, flashing animations, and constant notifications. They make it feel like a game, when in reality, it's a high-stakes trap. The brain responds to the excitement of near wins and unpredictable outcomes by releasing dopamine, the same chemical involved in drug addiction. And the worst part is, there's no closing time. No security guard telling you it's time to go home. The casino is open 24 hours, right there on your phone. The numbers are frightening. More and more South Africans, especially young people, are gambling regularly. What used to be an occasional trip to Sun City or Montcasino has become a daily ritual. People are betting on sports, spinning digital slots, buying online scratch cards, even placing live bets on games as they unfold in real time. And because it's so easy, it doesn't feel dangerous at first. But the damage creeps in slowly. The lack of strong regulation is part of the problem. While land-based casinos are heavily regulated, the world of online gambling is a bit of a gray area. Many of these sites operate under licenses from other countries, even while targeting South African audiences. That means local laws struggle to keep up. And while advertising of cigarettes and alcohol is strictly limited on South African TV, gambling ads are still freely aired during family viewing hours. Think about that. A young child watching a soccer match can't escape the dozens of flashy ads promoting quick wins and easy money. We're conditioning the next generation to think gambling is a normal, everyday thing. So how do we protect ourselves? How do we avoid falling into this trap? First, we need awareness. People need to understand that gambling is not a harmless hobby. It's not a fun little side game. It's a business designed to take your money, not give it to you. The odds are always in the house's favor, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how good your betting system seems. Next, we need to talk about self-control. It sounds simple, but it's not. If you find yourself hiding how much you gamble, feeling anxious when you can't place a bet, or spending more than you can afford, those are warning signs. Take them seriously, step away, talk to someone. There are free helplines and support groups for people struggling with gambling addiction. You're not alone, and you're not weak for needing help. Parents also need to talk to their children. Online gambling is finding its way into video games through loot boxes and betting-style mini-games. Children are learning to associate risk with reward long before they understand the value of money. If we don't have these conversations early, we're setting them up for serious trouble later in life. But personal responsibility can only go so far. We need stronger regulation. We need the government to step in and limit advertising during family hours. We need age verification that actually works. We need caps on how much users can bet and how often. And we need transparency. These companies need to show how much of their user base is losing money, not just promote the one lucky guy who won big. Because for every winner they advertise, there are thousands of losers they don't talk about. We should also consider implementing cooling off periods. A system that forces users to take breaks after extended gambling sessions could help break the addictive loop. And better financial tools, like bank limits that block gambling transactions by default, could offer a safety net for those trying to stay away. Communities can play a role too. Churches, schools, and local groups should talk openly about this issue. Just like we warn people about drugs or alcoholism, we need to treat gambling with the same seriousness. And employers should look out for signs among their workers. A sudden drop in performance, requests for loans, or mood swings could all be red flags. In the end, this is not about demonizing those who gamble. Some people can and do enjoy it in moderation, but we have to face the truth. When gambling is this easy, this constant, and this aggressive in its marketing, moderation becomes the exception, not the rule. We've let the casino move into our homes. Now we're seeing the consequences. Families are suffering, debts are growing, mental health is declining, and worst of all, many people don't even realize they're caught in the trap until it's too late. It's time for South Africans to take a hard look at what's happening. We need to push back against the normalization of gambling. We need to protect the vulnerable. And we need to remember that behind every flashy advert and every smiling winner on TV, there are thousands of stories we never hear, stories of broken homes, sleepless nights, and silent shame. If you're listening to this and you feel a sting of recognition, know this: it's not too late. Help is available, habits can be broken, lives can be rebuilt, but it starts with honesty. It starts with saying, this is a problem. I need to stop. Gambling should never be a routine. It should never be a source of stress. And it should never cost you your peace, your relationships, or your future. It's time to take back control.